Other good people, so it's my hope that you're doing well. It's another beautiful day that the Lord is giving us. Despite everything going on in life, despite the fact that maybe you're not able to do 1, 2, 3 things in your life, we should always be grateful that we are alive and we are healthy. That's the most important part in life. I mean, you can, achieve everything, but if you're healthy, alive and kicking, that's the most beautiful part, and you've got to be grateful and thankful for that. So guys, as usual, I just want to start by thanking my VIPs, my very big VIPs for viewing, taking their precious moments to be with me so we can enjoy, to learn together, to get to know these things. To get new findings together, get to learn together. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. Big up and salute. So because people are staying at home, we have got so many things coming up, and we are happy that most people are taking it positively. And certain families are celebrating. My neighbors were celebrating their anniversary for last year. The birthdays they didn't celebrate together. That's beautiful. And you know what? If you didn't celebrate, if you missed any birthday, if you had missed out on any birthday, please, this is the time not to miss out, because you're at home, you're all there. That's the beauty of it all, Okay, one thing also I want to talk about, being at home. Being at home is very good. Being there for your family at home is very good when they see you, but it's not so good when the taps run dry and there's no more electricity. It's not so good. So as we stay at home, let's try to find out what we can do. If you can work from home, if you can work online. Come on, guys. Most people are so hard to convince, but at least try to convince yourself that you can do something. You can invent. You can venture into something else. You can actually make money if you stop being hard and appreciate the fact that life is being like this, and accept the way things are and start moving on with life. Some people are still just sitting at home, still wondering and waiting for mangoes to drop from heaven. No, it doesn't happen this way. You have to show up, you have to do something, you have to accept the things the way they are, and get to live with them the way they are. Anyway, that's not why we're here today. The reason we're here today is to talk about the things that comes up with staying at home. What are these things that come up with staying at home? Now, when we stay at home, we get to achieve most of the things. Like you get to have all your 3 meals. You get to pray together, you get to talk together, almost everything with the family, It's like you have the umbrella that you always needed, something that you sometimes miss when you are at work, you see what I'm saying? So the thing is, when we're staying at home, we get to achieve so much things that when we are out, family-wise, you know what I'm saying? Family-wise and self-development-wise, we get to do so many things. Okay, so that's not the main reason as well. The main reason is what comes up with staying at home. When we stay at home, what is it that we do? The family bonds get stronger, and at times it's not the case with other families. Why? Because of this great enemy of peace, great enemy of good coexistence, good harmony in family, and peaceful living together. I want to talk about domestic violence. Domestic violence comes in 2 forms, according to my research. So I found out about emotional and physical violence. And a lot of studies show that violence behavior is often caused by an interaction with a situational or individual factors. Sometimes we meet situational factors. Situational factors can be like when you lose your job, when you're going through a certain status of a certain stage of your life. Let's say like young men, when you're moving from a stage of being a boy to being a man, adolescent stage. Let's talk of a situation where women are having some issues, something like this. Yeah, so when something personal happens to a person, they tend to react. When they react, psychology teaches that they either act emotionally or physically. So when you act emotionally, we have violence emotions, and we also have physical emotions. So when you act toward a certain situation, a certain factor that comes across your life, and you act physically, or what you bring out is physical violence. What you bring out is emotional violence. When you act physical, that's physical violence. When you act emotionally, like when you talk to somebody bad, when you try to ignore them, when they need you the most, that's emotional violence. Like sometimes you try to just talk to someone and they just burst out into tears. That's emotional violence, because you tell them something that's hurting them, something that's crushing them down. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, when we talk about domestic violence, we talk about something that has been on a rise since people started to stay at home. And you know, we say that when the glasses are together, they tend to crash. They tend to knock. It's like cling, 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 cling. When someone is carrying a tray of glasses and they're walking, you feel like you often hear a sound like cling, 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 like the glasses are hitting on each other. You know, the crashing, the knocking on each other. And also we have a say in Africa that says when more than two pots are put together, one way or the other, the pots will knock at each other. You see what I'm saying? So when we stay together at home, there's a certain occasions, certain situations where we may tend to collide. You see, like I'm just going to give you just like a small example whereby a dad is sending the son and the mom is also sending the son, and so you see, we have this, we have kind of antagonism between the two people. You see, and the kid is confused. These are both my parents. What am I supposed to do? You see what I'm saying? So there's something like there's always like a collision. There's something like people tend to rub. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So that's the point. That's the thing. So when we have domestic violence, of course there are factors. Okay, the study shows that situational and personal factors cause this. But I went further to do my studies, and I found out that there are so many other things which are not just situational and okay, they are all summed up under situational and personal factors. But I just want to outline them to you so that we get to know them. You know, like I just want us to, when we're fighting enemy, we get to know the enemy. So that we don't, you know, it's not easy to throw a punch with a closed eyes, because you don't know where you're throwing the punch. That's where the enemy is, or where you're trying to, you know, like block. That's where the punch is coming from the enemy. But when you have your eyes open, what I'm saying is that when you know what you're fighting, and then now you are in a position to fight this thing. Okay, so I'd like to start with my number 1 point. I'd like to start just from the children. Okay, so when I talk about the children, children who witness or are the victims of violence may learn to believe that violence is a reasonable way of solving dispute between people. You know, as a child, when you grow up between a family where we have violence, and when you grow up, this will be like your lifestyle. You'll know that this is the way the things are. You know, like sometimes you meet a small kid and they say, "I will tell my dad to take that airplane from me." You know, because the kids believe in their parents. They believe that these are their role models. You know, when you grow up and you're still young, the only person you trust is your guardian. I'm not okay. So I just want to be like general to everybody. You know, because I know I am 100% sure that there are those that didn't have their actual parents, but then when you have a guardian, is that the only person that you believe? That's your only weapon. You know what I'm saying? That's the only person that you believe that can show you the way so that you can make it to get the point where they also got to. Okay, so my number 1 point was about children who grow up witnessing these things happening. That they grow up in a family where there's violence, the neighborhood where there's violence, and we also have boys who learned that women are not to be valued or respected, are more likely to be abusive when they grow up. So you see, all these things, they start from children. So when a boy doesn't know that women is supposed to be respected, adored, and appreciated, they grow up knowing that this is the way the life should be. So this is how I'm just trying to root out the reason, how we get to move to, how we get to know the domestic violence and how we can fight it. So, you know, if we know it from the root, we can be able to uproot it. That's what I'm saying. So I'm going to give you another point. Alcohol and drugs may contribute to violence behavior. A drunk or high person is not able to control or think critically to control their impulse toward their towards their partner. If you know, when a person is drunk, also when we talk about drugs and alcohol, we know when someone is drunk, sometimes we say this person lose One thing, a person who's drunk loses his control, and sometimes they just speak without caring who's around, who's not seeing, who's not watching, who's not there. You see what I'm saying? So when so the best thing to do to avoid this is to try to stop alcohol and drug, because these ones makes you not to, like they cause, all alcohols and drug cause impaired judgment. So when you have impaired judgment, you might end up being an abusive person when really that's not the person who you are. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm giving you one of the point. Sometimes these abuses are caused by domestic abuse or intimate partner violence abuse are caused by when one partner feels the need to control or dominate the other partner. Why do one partner feels the need to control or dominate the other partner in one way or the other? One reason is to feeling low esteem. When they feel like they're low esteem, or when they feel the difference in, when they have extreme jealousy over, like there was a divorce where a man was so furious and it was so violent to his wife, and when he explained this reason to his daughter, and the next time he said, I was jealous of your mom because she had a better job and she had a nice car, she had a better salary, and I didn't want to be like a person who was under her mercy. So I didn't feel like I was being like the man I'm supposed to be. I felt like she was actually overruling me. That's why I was trying to kind of be like this. And I see, and you see, it's always obvious, people feel, most men feel that they should be on top of the game, not the women. But I think that is wrong. I think as long as everyone is working hard in the family, it doesn't matter who is on top of the game. You should just always accept each other and stay harmoniously in peace to help the kids who are growing, the next generation, to see the environment, to see how you people interact, coexist together in peaceful, harmonious way. Also, this one also difficulty in controlling anger and other strong emotions. Sometimes you have anger issues and emotional issues, and you cannot control it. When you can't control it, this will get you to be an abusive person. And also, when they feel inferior to the other partner in education and socioeconomic background. Again, I've seen it personally where families where a woman is more learned than a man, and then in the process the man feels so inferior, and so he wants to control the woman because the woman feels that I am better than my husband, and then this creates a lot of difference, creates a very bad difference, and brings the most negative energy into the family. And in the process, we don't have a peaceful family that coexists together to solve problem in peaceful manner that the young generation can look toward to imitate. So we also have background beliefs that makes the abuser to think that the abusee, that their partner, the abusee, being a woman, is not equal to men. Hence, the need to control and coordinate. The need to control and dominate them. This is very wrong. When when a man is from back in the village, this is what people think, that a man is not to be answered. A man is only to be listened to. A man is only to be blah blah. A man is to be blah. I don't think that's the way things should go, man. The world has changed. Even when the world's changing, a woman is someone who's so important. I mean, everyone sings of mother. Okay, I blame them for not singing of father, but all the same, a woman is a person. A woman is an angel living on earth with us. Just imagine you making pee-pee on someone's clothes and they wash them. You know what I'm saying, man? And you bite, like somebody, your mom tries to breastfeed you and you bite her and she just like, oh my God, and she doesn't beat you. She just smile, look at you. Huh? And you're saying, they are trying to say that a woman should respect man or blah blah. No. Both should give each other's respect that they deserve. Yeah, because according to me, man, a mother is an angel living on earth. Like, a mother is a practical angel living on earth. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if someone can ever love you the way your mother loves you. You know what I'm saying? So guys, we should reduce domestic violence, coexist together in one community that shows peace and love to the younger generation, so that they may continue to grow in love, showing peace, showing love to one another. Another issue that brings up this is undiagnosed personality and psychological disorders. When you have a psychological or personality disorders, sometimes it causes you to be violent to other people. Sometimes when you're not successful in your life, you try to get mad at people and also get jealous. We talked about that, and you try to mistreat them because you feel like you feel like violence is your only energy. No, violence is never your only energy. You can sit, you can talk to someone, they can give you the way forward. Listen to me, man. You don't even have to have gone to high school to achieve it in life. You just need to put hard work. You just need to put yourself together and think on what I can do, and think, who can I talk to? You see what I'm saying? You can go to people, psychologists, they can help you, and you can think creative. You can even be richer than those who have degrees. Yes. Don't be mad at someone because they have degrees. Don't be mad at someone because they have money. Don't be mad at someone because they have car. No. Accept them, embrace them. Maybe it could be that they are your angel. It could be that the God has sent them to show you the way, to brighten you, to open your eyes. And here you are, jealous about them, mad at them. Come on, y'all. You don't need to do this. Okay, so I'm going to give you another one. We also have the abusers who were raised in homes where violence was the norm of the day. So if you've been raised in a home where violence was the norm of the day, sometimes you get to try to justify your actions. After all, I was born in a home where violence was the norm of the day. Come on, y'all. But you see the distraction it brought. You see that so many times it it made you so much traumatized that you are not even able to think of what you can do with your future. So that you think that you can only be a violent person. And it makes no sense. What do you achieve when you're violent? You hurt the other person, you hurt yourself, and at the end of the day you waste time, and you waste the chance of you getting to a better place and creating the best opportunities for you. We also have... Okay, so I think those are all my points, but I can also add that some of the abusers learn violent behavior from their family, people in their community, and other cultural influences as they grow up. So as we grow up, especially this thing, it talks mostly to the young generations, because the older people, they've lived their life, they've seen this thing, they've known how, they've known the pros and the cons of domestic violence, you see, and so they don't want to go back into it. But the most people, my target, my target in the community is the young generation that's coming up, the generation that's growing right now. They need to know where these things come from, so they can see what they can do. See what I'm saying? If I know there's a hole in my wall here, I'm going to put something to stop that. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, I'm just trying, now in this video, I'm only trying to open your eyes so that you can see by yourself where there's where domestic violence arises from in the family. So we've realized that the most that causes the interaction, that as human being, as we go through our daily life, the things that we interact with, like we have personal and what was that, man? Come on, remind me. So we have personal and situational. So situational could be like the coronavirus situation. We can have the flood situation that we have in the other parts of the country. We can have like a huge storm situation. All the situations, they add up, and in the process, a human brain is disturbed with. When you have your plans and you say, I'm gonna work, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna achieve this, and in the process then the coronavirus comes, in the process then you lose your job, in the process then something, just something happens, just out of nowhere. Yeah, something just happens. It normally disturbs our mind, and we have a lot of things, we have a lot of, so much in our head, planning and thinking how to get out of it. And some people who are violent find it easier to go and do that, to be violent on their women. So just before I say thank you and ask you to subscribe, I'd like to say there are so many things you can do when you're disappointed, when you feel you have anger. You can go swimming, you can watch a movie, you can read a book, you can do so much, but plunging anger on your partner, on your family member, is not the way to go. Because at the end of the day, if you are the father and you do that, it will cost you, because you have to take them to the hospital. Maybe you break their leg and then they are crippled. What have you achieved? Otherwise, I want to say thank you so much. Be blessed, and thank you for staying with me. So I'm planning to also bring up another video on how to solve these things. See, so this video was just how and where do these domestic violence arise from in our family or between us. I mean, in our immediates. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So otherwise, thank you so much. Have a beautiful, blessed, fruitful day. God bless you all. Thank you so much, and I love you so much. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and even comment. You can converse with me. We can talk. You can tell me. You can even add down your points at the comment there. It's allowed, man. Thank you so much. Be blessed. Cheers. We have a lot coming, guys. Thank you so much.